You are tuned into the hippest radio station in the Tri-City area, WAWL 103.5. This is Walk the Beat, the radio program dedicated to bringing you the latest in musical talent right from our very own West Michigan area. I'm Dave Palmer, your host of Walk the Beat. Today we are at Third Coast Music Recording with the Crane Wives.
Well, how you doing?
Good. We're with Ben from the Crane Wives.
That's right, that's me.
The rest of the crew couldn't make it today because you guys have one heck of a schedule going on.
Yeah, we try to stay busy.
I would say so. You know, I know that you guys, well, the first time I seen you was actually with Ricky V here, our friend Rick Van Wielden. He brought us to the intersection. And, I just had met John Shears from Roosevelt Diggs.
Nice. Oh, I was with the Roosevelt Diggs guys.
Yeah.
That was a show.
He had this stand-up bass, right?
Mm-hmm,
and he was kind of playing with us over at my studio. And Rick goes, "You want to go see him?" And I go, "All right." I didn't really know what the music was. And I'm thinking, we're going to see this. We're going to see some of that bluegrass stuff. Wow. When I got out of there, I could not believe it. You had... Roosevelt Diggs and you guys had us
that was
on
a good bill.
Our feet, man. It was absolutely spectacular. So I am honored to have you on our show
thanks,
today.
Man. That's cool.
Yeah. So you have this 3-part harmonies going on. There's 4 people in the band, correct?
That's right. Yep.
And could you tell us who it is and what they're doing in the band for us to start us off?
It's Kate Pillsbury, Emily Petersmark, and Dan Rickebus, and me, Ben. I play bass, and Kate and Emily, they write songs, and they sing them real pretty like.
Yes, they do.
Dan jumps in on that third harmony, and that's that 3-part you're talking about, and they play with it. They move around who takes the 5th, 3rd, they add different things and movements, and sometimes it's not always 3-part all the time.
Sure.
They move in and out of it, and it's very vocal driven. The songs are pretty literary, pretty deep songs.
Yes.
And
good writing.
Yes,
Just lots
very
of
strong
good
writing. And the music is written around the songs. So, it's all about the song. And if you're writing a bass line or a drum part or a guitar part, it better complement it.
Right.
Because you don't want to get in the way of that song. That's the message. That's
right.
That's
So
the music.
the Emily and Kate basically write the songs, and then you guys build your stuff around their formatted song.
Mostly, yeah. They write the bulk. They do the bulk of the writing. It's actually a pretty even split. They're
good.
actually machines. They really churn out some music. And Dan's written a few songs. If you're familiar with our music, he's written. Let's see if I can do it in order. It would be Naked the Nightfall, Show Your Fangs, Of Everlong Rock Slide, and does he have one on the new one? Maybe.
He might have one on the new one. Yeah.
It's hard to keep them straight.
I know that there's big voices.
Yeah.
When I was there, the women stand out. They're the front men.
Oh, they're really good. They can belt. They belt like this crazy, and then they get like this tiny, like high, beautiful, and they're always dead on key and just.
I know it. I didn't see any flaw. I'm just going, how can they continue to sing like this every song? And they're not holding back on anything.
No, they put it all out there every night.
It's incredible that their voices can hold up. Just curious, you guys ever have to cancel a show because of vocals?
No, they sing through sickness.
I love it.
They're machines.
It's incredible, and they're just talented. All 4 of you are just so talented. Well, I know you guys got together in 2010.
Yeah, late 2010 it would have been.
By 2011, you had already produced Safe Ship Harbored, which won award after award in the Jammies, of course.
Yeah,
and it just
did pretty good that year,
I just kept going, how many things can they list? Like, what was it, Pop Rock Song of the Year, Listener's Choice. It just went on and on anyway.
It was a few.
So the second album came out in 2012.
That's right. September 22nd.
Yeah, Fooler in Her Wedding Gown.
Yeah. The Fool in
I
Her
just
Wedding
love that. I just love that line.
It's a
right off
line
the bat.
taken from the song "Shallow River" off of that album.
Nice. The third one was in 2015.
Yep,
Coyote Stories.
just last August 29th.
Yeah, and already you're coming out with a brand new one, Foxlore.
Foxlore.
April 2nd.
April 2nd. Just a few weeks away, actually. Yeah.
Well, how difficult is it to continue on with the touring and the recording?
Well, okay. Now this is what we did. Remember I was telling you,
clue me in.
They're songwriting machines. Remember I was telling you about that? Yeah. We put out The Fool in Her Wedding Gown in September of 2012, and then we just kept writing, or they kept writing.
Sure.
And, we practiced and worked out these songs and put these songs together. And we worked and we were touring so much, getting out there, trying to get the name out, and there wasn't really any time to get into the studio to put these songs together. And before long, I think we were up to like 29 or 30 songs that we hadn't recorded, that we just had.
And you were itching to do it.
We were itching to do it, yeah. And it was January of last year. We were like, it was before then probably. We were like, let's just do it. And we were talking about, well, what songs are going on the chopping block? Like, we had actually thrown out the idea, well, we got 30 songs. Maybe we should just do the 12 best ones. That's kind of a hard decision,
You bet.
So it came down to, we were in practice one day and we were working them out, and we were like, we could do 2. Like, why not just do 2 albums?
Right.
And we ended up coming up with what we did was we took 24 of them, did 13 tracks on Coyote Stories, and then 11 tracks on Foxlore. And we just took January off and just practiced every day for 3-4 hours a day. And we just worked on all of the songs until they were spotless. And then in that March, we kept practicing up until March, and we went into the studio and recorded 2 albums at once.
Oh, you did them both together.
Did them both
you
at
just
the same
released
time.
them at different times.
And so we did all the Coyote Stories, was done and ready by the end of May, I think.
Wow, that's a lot of work.
Yeah, and then we did all the prep and marketing and stuff for it from the road, essentially, because we toured all summer. And yeah, that came out at the end of our tour, on August 29th. Then we went back on the road to promote the album. And then when we got back, it was time to do all the final touches for Foxlore. And we went back in the studio in October and November to do vocals and little, filler things. Yeah,
like that. Really touch it up the way.
The production side of things,
Right.
Dan's going in there with shakers. And, we're adding little piano parts, and guest musicians came in. And
oh, nice.
So we were set. It was like November and the end of early November, I think. We wrapped up Foxlore and then mastered it in January. Had all the artwork in, and we haven't gotten the discs yet, but they're in the mail.
They're coming. They're in the mail. You got the tracking number, right?
We got the track list. And it's all set. We're just waiting. Come April 2nd, we'll have those in hand, and we're gonna have a good time.
You're going to hit it hard then again.
Then we're back out on the road, yeah.
Maybe we better listen to one of these songs.
Let's do it, yeah.
How about Turn Out the Light? Can you give me any background on it? What album is it on?
Sure. Well, I think all we're going to listen to is from Foxlore, the new release that's coming out on April 2nd.
So
yeah.
this is even ahead of schedule.
This is kind of a sneak peek you're getting
right
here.
Great. Right here on WAWL 103.5.
So we'll do this Turn Out the Lights, you said? We're going to start with?
I believe so.
So this is a song that Kate wrote, and if she were here, she would tell you more astutely what it's about, I'm sure. But it's kind of about the getting overwhelmed with thoughts and negative thoughts and like distractions and things that you have to handle, and just to tell your brain to shut up.
Shut it down.
Turn off those lights for a minute. And it's kind of a good song to exemplify kind of our body of work, because it's got like this, it's kind of upbeat and it's got this happiness about it, but like the subject matter is
right. That's all right.
Stop thinking about being depressed so much.
Yeah. The world is good.
Yeah, and a lot of our music kind of follows that format, like really sad subject matter, and be uplifting about it.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Hey, Blue, can we listen to Turn Out the Light by the Crane Wives?
You know it.
You don't have to believe every single thought that tumbles through your head just 'cause it sounds like you talking. Sometimes all you can do is say goodnight and tuck your demons in the bed 'cause they're not worth fighting. Turn out the lights on your racing mind. Turn out the lights on your racing mind. Doubts and your dead ends, and when you pull yourself out of bed, you taste them on the tip of your tongue. And in the morning when you're standing in the shower with the water pouring down, you dwell on all you ever did wrong. Turn out the lights on your racing mind. Turn out the lights on your racing mind. What good has ever come of it? What answers will you find? Turn out the lights on your mind. Oh, turn out the lights on your mind. Turn out the lights on your mind. Oh, turn out the lights on your mind. You don't have to believe every single thought that tumbles through your head just 'cause it sounds like you talking.
You are listening to WAWL 103.5. We are back at Third Coast Recording Studio with Ben Zito from the Crane Wives.
Hey, how you doing?
Great. A beautiful song, Turn Out the Light. Just one of the two other ones that we're going to hear. How many are on the... that's from Foxlore,
That's
correct?
Foxlore, the new album, yeah.
Coming out August 2nd.
April 2nd.
Yeah, why don't we do that? We'll do it on April.
All right,
in
cool.
April.
That's
April
so much
coming
sooner.
out
That's
April
great.
2nd. Yeah, that way we don't have to wait. Everything I do is in August. That's why.
right. There you go.
And it's all about me.
That's a good month.
Yeah, it is a great month. But how many tracks are on this?
It's a 11-track album.
11. You
Yeah.
know, not many people are even putting out full albums anymore.
That's a shame.
It is.
That's
It
a
is.
shame.
And I'm glad that you are. There's a lot of EPs happening.
Yeah, EPs are nice though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's everybody's trying to make a living. They're not as maybe prolific as you guys are writing.
Well, when you got 3 songwriters in the band.
Wow, how nice! And singers and players. You guys are so talented. How many different instruments do you guys you utilize?
Let's see. First and most importantly, there's bass.
Yes, sir.
Then drums, guitar, electric guitar, banjo, uke. So 6. But on this album, you'll see we got one of the tracks we're going to listen to has clarinet on it, played by Rachel Gorman of Red Sea Pedestrians. We threw piano on some tracks. We got Rhodes on some tracks. Like
We got lots of nice stuff.
we got some cool stuff going on.
Yeah. So you are who is the manager of the band?
Oh, that's me, actually.
Yeah, I thought so. I thought so. How is it having to sit in that seat for this band, which is so busy?
It keeps me busy, you know?
Yeah.
And it's not like clear cut, like I'm a manager, you know?
Right.
It's not like I'm cracking any whips or anything. It's mostly just, the finances and staying in touch with people, responding to emails, communicating with the booking agent, getting the oil changed in the van,
Exactly.
All the little things that can fall through the cracks. I just keep my eye on them, and it's it's kind of always been that way. Like
just kind of fell in your lap.
Yeah,
somehow.
it's not really like a title or anything, but it is easier to tell people like, just talk to him.
You're right. They just ignored everybody. You know what I'm saying? What do you need? Is that how that went?
Nah, not really, but
Okay, now you guys have toured quite a bit. Like I said, you need to keep the gas and the oil in the van.
That's right.
Are you guys, when you guys tour, do you tour and then go back home at night, or do you tour and stay out?
Well, it usually depends, it's all about routing and making the smartest logistical choices,
Right.
So we played just last week. We were in Kalamazoo on Friday and then Traverse City on Saturday, so it made sense to sleep in your own bed in Grand Rapids.
Right.
But if we got a show in Chicago on a Friday and Wisconsin on a Saturday, we'll crash somewhere in Chicago. Just try to stay with people if we can. If
Yeah,
there's
you're
someone
looking
nice
for
enough
friends,
on the road. Yeah.
like our friend Ricky V
There
here,
you go,
Rick
Rick.
Van Wielden, or Jack Clark. You know Jack Clark, right?
Do
you know Jack?
Jack Clark? I don't know.
Jack does the Red House concert series. He's a good
sure.
friend.
Well, I know him.
Yeah.
I know Marianne.
Right. His partner
the
in crime.
Fishers,
Yeah, they've been great. They're joining up with Walk the Beat.
Oh,
Or
that's
we're joining
good.
with them,
That's
actually,
good,
to help
yeah.
them with some concert series.
That's
and stuff.
awesome.
But both of Rick and Jack, both talking so highly of you that I said, God, yeah, please get them in here, man. I couldn't believe you had time to come and see us.
Yeah, sure.
Now, before I forget, how do we get a hold of you and see what your schedule is and maybe download some stuff?
Well, yeah, we have our website, thecranewives.com, and thecranewives.com/tour. Those are all of our dates, and you can stream our last 3 albums just right from the website if you want.
Nice.
We're also on Spotify and any other online form. Our biggest one is obviously our Facebook page. That's the most up to date. We're posting stuff every day, so if you want to stay in touch, that's probably the best way.
Crane Wives.
Yep.
I love it.
Facebook.com/thecranewives.
I guess I'm going to have to ask you how you came up with the name Crane Wives.
Sure. That is an album that the Decemberists made in 2005, I believe, called The Crane Wife. And it's really fantastic if you haven't heard it.
I haven't.
And it has this 3-part story, 3-song concept,
Right.
I guess you could say. The Crane Wife Part 1, 2, and 3.
Oh,
yeah.
there we go.
And that's based off of a Japanese folk tale about a crane, and it's it's this bittersweet, kind of sad but beautiful story that goes along with our music, like I was saying.
Nice.
It's pretty, it's beautiful, it has moments, and
Right.
but overall it's pretty depressing if you think about it too much.
Well, we'll keep an uptick on that anyhow.
And so the girls, they started as a duo, and they were looking for something that kind of had that feel.
Oh,
and they knew the folktale from the Decemberists album, and they were like,
Right.
well, that's cool, and it needs to stand out. The name
Yeah.
does. So when you Google it, then that comes up,
Yeah.
and not like a sub shop or something.
Right. I hear you. Well, you're doing it
Because it was between the Crane Wives and Firehouse Subs, so we ended up with the Crane. Anyway, but they went with the name, and they brought the guys on, and we were like, that's awesome. They asked if we had any reservations about it being so feminine. We're like, no.
Kidding me,
Kidding
man.
me?
Keep
Awesome.
singing,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
When you hear these two women, I don't know if it's strong women.
It's like watching angels.
There you go.
It really was. I mean, I was 17 the first time I saw him. It was my first music festival. It was Wheatland.
Really?
And, yeah. For sure.
2012.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yep. And it was probably, 9 o'clock at night or something.
The Saturday night set.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it was just starting to get going, and everybody's getting riled up. I was with all my friends, and they came out, and it was mostly like old school kind of bluegrass before them, and then it was
they didn't like, we were getting some looks, electric. I was the only electric bass I think that I saw, and Dan had his full kit, and people were like, what's going on?
Yep.
Is this gonna fit?
Right.
Boy,
And so like already it was like this whole new experience being at a music festival,
Right.
and then these young guys up on stage and these beautiful women,
Right.
we were doing all right, It was good. And
Yeah, that was a crazy set. It was it started coming down. It was raining really hard. I remember.
was
It was the tent stage, and it was like a 2-hour set, and everybody just took shelter under the tent. Like every single person at the festival. So we just
it
had
was
to
packed
Right,
out the sides, and it was this massive
I'm
tent.
sure it was your music that
Yeah,
brought
I'll
them in, man.
blame it on the rain.
Yeah. We better get to this next song, Curses.
Curses. Oh, this is the one that features Rachel Gorman from Red Sea Pedestrians on clarinet, and it's actually, I think, the last thing that we tracked. This was we would have recorded that in like November, I think.
Well, I'm glad we get to hear it.
Yeah, and she came in and she wrote all the music out, sheet music style, and didn't play any of it for us. We didn't know what we just knew we wanted clarinet. Like, do like a Benny Goodman, whatever. Just
do your thing.
Just have fun. And she was like, okay, and she like wrote it, and two takes. Actually, it's one long take that she stopped halfway through to ask if we liked it, and we said keep going, and then she finished. And like that's what you're gonna hear.
That is incredible. That is
so
incredible.
Cool.
Blue, let's hear Curses by the Crane Wives. You're listening to WAWL 103.5. This is Walk the Beat. That was Curses by the Crane Wives. How sweet.
You like that one?
I like them all.
Yeah,
I like them
so
all.
Thanks.
Yeah, man.
Thank you.
I mean, when you actually get a good set of speakers in front of you and you get to hear this, it's just
nothing better.
And I tell you, your performances there's nothing better than that. It's not just people playing music. It's an actual performance that I guarantee you will be out of your seat.
Oh, yeah. We usually, if we play a sit-down venue, we got people dancing in front.
Yeah.
Usually by the end. That's where you got to dance. That's where there's the space. So
I love it. Now, there's a song we're not going to hear today called The Ribs. Now, is that on this next album also?
That is. Yep, that's track 4 on Foxlore.
And on your website, you have a great video of it.
Oh, yeah. If you go to the website, thecranewives.com, we got a splash page up right now. That'll redirect you right over to our YouTube video.
Right.
And now you're going to like this.
Okay.
So we spent a lot of time in the studio, and you guys are studio guys, but for those who don't, you spend a lot of time sitting around when it's not your turn to do anything.
Right.
Now, we were fortunate enough to track everything mostly live on this album, but during vocal takes or somebody has touch-ups and stuff, you're sitting there doing nothing, making sure that they're not screwing up the track,
Yeah, after you've done your job.
Yeah, that's right. You sit there and you kind of just listen and be quiet. And during all of that, Emily was... she would be sketching in her little sketchbook, and she'd just be drawing these fantastic ink drawings.
She's amazing.
She's a fantastic artist. And she had just like a whole notebook. Well, I don't know if a whole notebook, but
right,
40 plus drawings and just sketches and stuff. And most of them were like final full ink pieces of art.
Yeah.
And Dan's brother's really good with video, and he got a hold of him and was like, would you be interested in doing something? Like, trying to get as much promotion out as possible, And he was like, yeah, sure. And gave him Emily's sketches, and he animated them. So
they were awesome.
These little animations going to the track Ribs. And,
now, during this, you guys have got to go to their website and check this out, because it's a beautiful song to start with. But these drawings really are... they're good, elegant, cool.
It's art, man.
It is pure art.
Yeah.
Now, but they move.
Yeah.
How did you have any idea how he made them work? Did he have to add some of this stuff, or was it all her drawings?
It's all her drawings. He said he used a program to animate them. I'm not really sure. That's the really technique. Cool. I don't know.
Anyhow, folks, you're gonna love it. Go to their website, the Crane Wives website, and check out Ribs.
Yeah,
that was great. That was
pretty
great.
Cool.
Now, you have been going all over. I heard you guys on I heard the girls on an interview earlier. I forget. Maybe it was even last year or this spring, whatever. It was probably last fall.
All right.
Talking about how you guys are way popular here in Michigan. And talking about getting outside of Michigan, and they were saying it was, it's difficult, and this is just for other musicians. I'm asking this question: what are the steps from being like a state so well known in the state, because you guys really are on the top of the game here? What's the step?
Thanks for thinking so.
Oh, I think you are definitely.
For sure.
I guarantee it.
Yeah.
What are the steps that you take to try to get national?
Yeah.
Do you know?
Do you?
No, that's why I'm asking you. Have you been getting some extra recognition outside of the state quite a bit?
Yeah, we're doing okay. Our tactic right now is, see what sticks, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
You went out to Colorado, didn't you?
Yeah, we've been out to Colorado. It's kind of funny. Grand Rapids is probably our biggest market,
Sure.
Big shows. Then probably Kalamazoo, and then probably like Denver is number 3.
And that's
really cool.
We've been out there. We played like 3 or 4 shows out there, and they really like music, and people come out. We played a couple of gigs with Lindsay Lou and the Flatbellies out there. We met up with them when they were on tour, and it's all right. But yeah, getting out of state is it's a job, because you gotta think about where you're going and how you get
right.
there.
It's got to be even more difficult because you don't have that support, as you live right here, right in the center of our state.
Right.
You've got support 30 miles to the west, 30 miles to the east, south, and north. You get outside of here and you have to leapfrog those connections.
Right.
And to stay in touch with another state or that has got to be a bit overwhelming at times.
So, yeah. Well, I mean, it's all playing music, so you
Sure.
can't take it too seriously, you know.
Gotcha.
It's fun, you know.
Yeah,
Let's not get confused. It's still playing
I
bass
don't-
every
yeah,
week.
yeah,
you know, that's
yeah.
sweet.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I just know that it's so difficult for not just you, any musician.
yeah.
Any musician. I'm just I'm looking for some advice, I guess.
So for anyone interested, our current strategy is we try to build these markets. So like we know Denver's going to be good to us now.
Yeah.
So we got to try to make our way out there, and now we got a pretty decent paying gig in Denver probably, and that's going to pay for a lot of the trip once we get there. So get a couple of shows in new markets on the way there that aren't going to pay anything.
Yeah,
And
right.
hit them on the way.
At least,
get to
yeah.
Denver, have the great show, get a couple on the way back.
Right.
We're building that market in Denver. Now we're starting 2 new markets somewhere else.
Right,
On the
right.
way there, 2 new markets somewhere else on the way back.
Very
and that's
good.
kind of the strategy. And you try to hit it, once every 6 months or,
Yep.
at least once a year.
And that's your booking agent that is actually booking them for you?
He books them for us, yeah.
Is he seeking out those spots for you too? Or
Like-
are you
like where to
going,
go.
hey, I want you to call this place, and then you have him call it?
Usually it's like, well, we'd like to get into Denver in this
Right.
time frame, and he seeks it out. And,
Oh, nice.
And it's a huge job. So glad we have a TR agency. Tyler is our booking agent, and so glad we have
I
him.
bet.
It is a big job.
So how does somebody go about getting a booking agent? I mean, did he find you? Did you find them? Or is that a secret you're not supposed to give out? Or
No, I don't. There's no real secret.
I have no idea. I've
to it.
never had a booking agent.
We work.
Rick booked our last show.
There you go. There you go, man. That's
Yeah.
that's kind of how it goes. We worked with Little Duck Music. They're a local booking agent. That's Matt. He works out of Allendale, and he's really who got us started. I mean, he would talk to restaurants and
Sure.
little clubs and stuff
Yeah.
to get us playing.
Yeah.
Like our first show was the Twisted Rooster in Grand Rapids.
Oh, really?
And Matt got us that gig. And,
Nice.
for the next year and a half, 2 years, I think, maybe even 3, we were with Matt. And that's how we developed such a strong base in Michigan, because he knew all these Michigan
Right,
contacts.
right.
His contacts outside of the state weren't, as
As
strong.
strong.
So we started looking, and he'd gotten us on a gig on one of Tyler's shows in Milwaukee, I think it was.
Yeah.
And we liked working with him, so when we were looking for something else, we asked him if he could help us maybe, and,
This is what developed.
just kind of, stuck. So
Excellent.
there you
Excellent.
go.
Now we're going to listen to one more song, you guys. It's Not the Ghost.
Not the Ghost.
You want to give us a quick little
Yeah.
lead-in?
This is actually a very old song. This is an interesting one. I think debuted it New Year's Eve 2012 at Founders.
Oh,
we played
great
this
spot.
song.
Nice.
And man, that was a good show. That was Lindsay Lou and the Flatbellies and the Ragbirds and us.
Oh, man.
And we played this song, and it wasn't like we figured out yet. Like we were excited. We had this new toy. And we played it, and we didn't play it again after that. It didn't come out right.
Did it?
And
Oh, shoot.
it's just been sitting in the reserves for 3 or 4 years, and we tracked this thing and reworked the beat. Me and Dan didn't really ever have the rhythm right. Like we didn't know what it was supposed to be. It wasn't revealing
It
itself.
just wasn't coming out.
Yeah, and you can't force that kind of thing. So we just sat there until one day it just came out. We were like, "Oh,
This is how it was
that's
supposed to go.
it. That's it." And the funny thing about that is I didn't realize you'll hear the bass line is kind of, in my opinion, isolated, and it won't sound that way because we brought Seth Bernard in. And he played a baritone guitar on this song, and
Nice.
really tied the low end of my bass with the guitars and everything else that's going on with the music. Because I really like what I'm doing rhythmically, but tonally, I thought it was a little too far removed from the rest of the tune.
Right.
Seth came in. We didn't know what he was going to do. We're like, "You want to lay some guitar down?" He's like, "Yeah, let me try that one out." he's putting it down. He's like, "What do you think of that?" And get on the talkback mic. "Dude, I've been playing this thing, wondering like, is it too far removed?" And you just tied it all together right now.
Nice.
And he's like, "Yeah, that's what I was thinking." And this is a funny line. Funny line. He was like, "I was thinking, you look lonely out there, bass."
Yeah. Let's Put it together.
So you'll hear a little Seth Bernard on this track, saving my bass from being lonely.
Excellent, excellent. Blue, let's hear Not the Ghost by the Crane Wives. You are back listening to WAWL 103.5. This is Walk the Beat, and that was Not the Ghost by the Crane Wives. Oh, I loved it.
Nice.
Loved it. The
I'm
way
glad.
they built that, you got, well, they.
Yeah,
The way
I'm
you
one of
built
the-
that.
I'm one of they.
Yeah, you're one of they. the way you guys built that up at the end and just kept building it.
Yeah.
And you're just going, all right, it's going to end. Oh, wow, they're going to do some more of it. I loved it. I loved it. You know, and it's so important. The dynamics to a song are so important, and you guys have got it going on.
That's one of the things we work on quite a bit, especially a song like that. It's hard to make sure you don't get carried away, you know.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, you do have to end them at some time.
That's
but,
right.
It sure was nice. Sure was nice.
Well, and you know it too when it's good, because I just felt like I was being washed in beauty
Nice.
just now. That's not too weird.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was great though.
In beauty.
Right
The
on.
producer is really throwing it around today.
I am. I'm trying to expand the vocabulary out.
Hey, no problem, man. Hey, one more time, Ben, how do we get a hold of you?
Oh, you can check us out at thecranewives.com or facebook.com/thecranewives. All of our stuff is as up to date as it can be, and we'll keep you posted on any new developments. And we do have a mailing, a newsletter that we send out.
Oh, nice.
Very irregularly.
Yeah, right.
But if you want to sign up for that, you can do that on the website as well.
Nice. So everybody get ready. April 2nd, we're going to be the release of the new album, Foxlore.
That's right, yeah.
And
We'll be releasing that in Grand Rapids.
Oh, nice.
Am I allowed to say where?
Go ahead again.
Yeah, it's at Founders, yeah.
Nice. You know, we love Founders.
Oh, yeah, it'll be a good night.
The sound is so good.
So thank you very much for coming in, Ben.
Oh, my
We really
pleasure.
appreciate you taking the time out of your busy schedule. You guys are just fantastic. I'm so glad we got to share this with our area here in Grand Haven,
Nice.
Tri-City area.
Yeah, I'm glad to
So-
get out here. It's a great town. I used to work out here, just down the street, actually.
Oh,
So,
did you really?
Yeah.
Good for you. So did I.
Nice.
The other end, which was the factory.
The factory. There you
didn't
go.
want that job. You didn't want that, but it all pays the bills. So thank you very much for coming in, Rick Van Wielen. Thanks for coming in and keeping us company.
Yeah.
I want to say thanks to Dave Darling from D Square Creative for the video. Of course, Bleu VanDyke, our sound engineer. We've got Elijah Russ, our producer. I'm Dave Palmer. And remember, everybody, listen local.
The Walk the Beat radio show is recorded in Grand Haven, Michigan. Production and engineering provided by Bleu VanDyke. Featuring your host, Dave Palmer.
I'm sorry. You can clap. It's your show, man. You can clap if you want.
He goes, what?
Mad about it.
We don't give a shit, man. You can do anything you want. You can record it if you want.
You know.
You're doing good, man. I love it. Oh, yeah. Look at I got to keep promoting, man. I keep promoting.
Did someone move mine, or did I do that naturally?
Did somebody. Telekinetic. You ready? Go ahead, Ben. Clap us in.
All right, let's do it. That's
Yep.
good.
You ready?
You got the clap now.